Rokas, he's been balling out there over for Barcelona. These are his EuroLeague stats, and he's averaging 7.9 points per game, 3.5 assists per game, 1.8 rebounds per game, and he's also shooting 56% from the field, 52% from three, and 86% from the free throw line. Now, Barcelona's starting point guard, Nick Calathis, is how I believe how you say the name. He went down in December, if I'm not mistaken. He ran November, December. And ever since then, Rokas has stepped up in his absence as one of the leading players on that team. And he's probably the second best player, I think, in performance-wise, behind Nikola Mirotic, the former Chicago Bulls. So, Foxy, what have you seen from Rokas over there in Europe, and how could he potentially factor into our rotation next season?
You know, a lot of people, Josh Giddey is really opening a lot of eyes in the NBA because he has this skill about vision, of the court vision. Rokas has court vision, folks. So he may not, you know, he has nice size and everything, and I thought it was a great thing, but he's truly the old adage, a floor general. So when I was watching the highlights of him, you know, and a couple of the others, you know, he's also named the favorite to win the Rising Star Award, and this is like the second best league in the world. So he's comfortable. You just see he's really, really comfortable. He has beautiful stroke, and you know, drives, kicks it out, but he sees the floor. So when you're doing analysis on a guy like that, sometimes you don't. You know, Josh Giddey taught us a big lesson. Guys that can see the floor in a way, Rokas, I definitely think that we have a gem in him. I do think that he has some things to work out. You know, when you watch him in this league, it's still not the NBA. So, you know, I worry about how he would do against athleticism. But he's real, you know, if you see Dragic, and he's slick, man. He's smart, he's savvy, and he's got that sweet little, you know, boom, watch this, folks. Watch that nice little footwork, and watch how he keeps that dribble going, gets it to his guy. He's really technique-wise, he's really sound fundamentals. He'd be a very good addition to this team. So what we were just touching on, what point guards and stuff like that, if we're patient for a year, maybe we're going to have the person that we're talking about that's not a ball dominant, but he can make everybody around him better.
Yeah, I like that you pointed out him keeping his dribble, because when he got drafted, that was one of the things he was talking about. He was working on making sure when he gets into the paint, keeps his dribble, keeps his head up, looking for his teammates, and that's something he's exhibited over there in Europe so far this season. So I like that. You know, athleticism is still going to be an issue when he comes here, but he looks confident. He's young, and he's killing in the second best league in the world. So that's definitely something you would look for when you're talking about playing at the Garden, you know, where the pressure is going to be at its peak. And I don't know if he's going to develop into a starting point guard, but I think his floor right now is at least a solid backup point guard. And when you look at him, you look
absolutely
at his age, I think that's great, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So you know, it was a very, very good pick. And also,
it's crazy you see that behind the back.
I know he's slick, man. That he, worst case scenario, is a great trade asset if we're going against for an elite player and stuff like that. So it was a win-win. And like you see, boom, just, you know, you see certain guys that basketball, they've been playing it since this high, that it's just so comfortable for him that, you know, he like probably goes to sleep with a basketball in his arms. It's just so comfy for him, the way he moves on a court. So, you know, kudos again to our front office, because a lot of people, you know, we drafted him ahead of Deuce. And that says something right there.
Yeah, 4 spots, if I'm not mistaken, right? He was 32 and Deuce was 36.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. You know, they tried to ban me from watching his or uploading his videos before, but now I got access again. So now I'm back in the mix, watching our guy Rokas, you know, do his thing overseas. And this is great. This is just showing that our front office, you know, free agency still is an F so far, if you ask me honestly. But everything else they've been doing when it comes to trades, when it comes to draft, I think they've got to get at least a B+.
No doubt. Yeah. So they're showing, you know, I'll say I was a little impatient. I wanted some things, but if I showed the patience, they've made very Grimes spectacular. Anybody, tell me anybody better than Grimes, that was picked at that point, etc. And also after 19, where we gave it up, there's not a player I think that's playing better than Grimes and stuff like that. So kudos to our front office, and can't wait to see Rokas in summer league next year. You know what else? We've talked about this.
Year.
I know you were there, and one of the things that I loved about it, and it's a tale of two different players. And again, this is my boy Keith, that Rokas, if you saw him, he was goofing around with the guys on the bench with him. He hit a couple of threes and stuff. You saw the camaraderie, but you didn't see that with Luca Vildoza.
Yeah.
So
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, so he didn't have that vibe with the players. So I could see this kid coming over and the guys saying, "Hey, how are you?" and everything. And
welcome back.
Welcome back, but he's got game. And if you want to win the chip, man, all you want is guys around you who got game. And also, like I said, everybody sometimes, what's his vertical, this. You can't put a price tag on his floor generalship. That's teams, crave that. And we got somebody that does that. He's leaps and bounds ahead of Miles. Is phenomenal on defense and all these things. He doesn't see the court like Rokas. He's not a floor general. Not saying he can't be someday, but he doesn't have those skills now. And Rokas already does, and he's building on them every day.
Yes, I think a solid selection by the New York Knicks, and I'm excited to see what he does when he does come over.